It is said that in the 12th century, William I of Scotland, he had a banner with a unicorn on it, as well as that banner with the red lion on the yellow background that we've all come to know so well. But it wasn't for another few centuries when the good King James IV, he sat on the throne of Scotland, that the unicorn in Scotland should forever become intertwined. James IV had a little prayer book, and it was called the Book of Hours. And there was some blank space at the back for which he could put his own ideas on. And it was on there that he redesigned Scotland's coat of arms to have two unicorns facing a red lion on it. What the heraldry means is actually open to interpretation. So what I see in it is, well, the lion, of course, represents the king, as in courage, strength, ferocity. But the problem with that is that you can actually get these qualities on a complete nutter. So these qualities of a king have to be held in position by the unicorns, as in strength, ferocity, courage are held in position with honesty, integrity and purity. The keen-eyed would notice that the unicorns, oh, they're in chains. Now this suggests that, well, only the king is strong enough to tame the untamable. James IV is sending a message to all of the future kings and queens of Scotland, telling them what the people of Scotland expect of their monarch. But even he knew that unicorns existed. I mean, everybody knew somebody who knew someone who had seen one. They really believed. I once heard a mad wee story about James IV, who was so taken by the unicorn thing that he kind of wanted some of his own. Unicorns, though, not being readily available, he decided to settle for something that might look a little bit like a unicorn, you know, from a distance. So over the course of a few seasons, he sent hunters out into the forests of Scotland to hunt for albino deer. Albino deer are extremely rare, and although they are born pure white, they're not normally born in the snow, which means they very rarely reach adulthood. They're far too easily seen and hunted by the now extinct Scottish wolf. But James's hunters, they did manage to find a few of these pure white creatures, and they brought them back here to be protected and reared to glorious adulthood in James's private deer park here in the fields below Stirling Castle. And this place is still called the King's Park, and rightly so. Well, one day James was walking the parapets of Stirling Castle with the French ambassador, and James pointed away down into the distance and jokingly muttered, "Have you seen my herd of unicorns?" Well, that evening the French ambassador, he wrote to the King of France, it's true, I've seen them with my own eyes. James of Scotland has 4 of them. Unicorns are real." Of course, James had to write to the King of France himself. It was a joke, by the way, sorry about that. Now, this is probably just a tall tale. I don't actually know. I don't want to go finding out just in case I discover that it isn't true. I'd rather live with the knowledge that it might be true rather than live with the knowledge that it isn't. But it just helps to highlight just how much people, well, they really wanted to believe in unicorns. They hadn't managed to find any unicorns in India in the centuries afterwards. But the last time there was a fully funded, government-backed expedition to hunt for a unicorn was a British expedition, and this time they went into the interior of Africa in 1899. Not that long ago. What they found there was not a unicorn. What they found there was an okapi, a small woodland giraffe, short neck, stripy butt. So they come out of Africa with the firm belief that the unicorn stories were not true. Unicorns were nothing but a myth. But that's not true either. Unicorns really did exist, and I am about to prove it to you.